Good evening, travellers. This is Nightly Tales. Tonight, we journey to the high stone walls of a quiet castle, where I keep my watch beneath a sky of endless stars. The fire is warm, the night is gentle, and the world has fallen into hush. Before we begin, take a moment to pour yourself a drink, perhaps a cup of tea or warm milk, and settle in beside me here by the firelight. I'd love to know where you're listening from and what time it is for you, so share it in the comments if you wish. And if the stories I tell bring you comfort, remember to like and subscribe. Now, lean back, breathe deeply, and let me tell you of the watch I kept beneath the whispering stars. The castle grew quiet as the last embers of the evening feast died away. I heard the heavy oaken doors close with their familiar groan, and the voices of the hall drift into silence. Windows glowed faintly for a time, then darkened, one by one, as candles were snuffed and shutters were drawn tight against the night. I took my place upon the wall. My armour I left behind. It was not needed for such a night. Instead, I wrapped myself in my cloak, its wool thick against the chill. From my post, I looked out over the fields, pale in the moonlight, and felt the hush settle around me. It is a strange comfort, standing guard over a world that sleeps. Every creak of timber, every sigh of wind through the wheat becomes a companion. I leaned upon the cold stone, and for the first time in many days, I felt peace. I lifted my gaze, and the stars filled my sight. They stretched endlessly, bright and sharp, as if they had been scattered by a great hand across the heavens. There was the hunter, his bow forever drawn. There the crown, glimmering faintly, a memory of a queen long past. And beyond, the serpent, faint, coiled, a shadow of old dangers. The stars did not speak with words, yet I swear they whispered to me. 1,000 voices woven together into silence, reminding me that I was not the first to stand such a watch, nor would I be the last. How many before me had looked up from battlements such as these? How many will after I am gone? I am but one thread in the endless tapestry of night. Yet beneath those stars, I felt less alone. My thoughts wandered, as they often do in quiet hours. I thought of the children in the courtyard earlier, their laughter carrying far above the stone. I thought of the baker, dusted with flour, smiling as he carried loaves still steaming from the oven. I remembered the queen, standing at her window in the golden dusk, her gaze soft, her words few but filled with kindness. Such moments are not grand. They will not be carved into stone or sung in halls, but they live here, within me, and on nights such as this, they come to the surface, glowing gently like coals in the hearth. As I stood alone on the wall, I did not feel apart from the castle. Even in silence, I carried the warmth of the day with me. The night is never truly silent. I heard the faint rush of the river far off, steady as a lullaby. The breeze carried the sharp scent of pine from the woods, mingling with the damp breath of stone. Somewhere, an owl gave its call, wings slicing the air as it passed overhead. I pulled my cloak tighter, feeling the coarse wool against my fingers. It was familiar, worn in places where years of use had softened it. In its folds, I felt both hidden and safe. Every sound, every breath of the night was a reminder that I was not watching alone. The earth itself kept me company. The stars above, the river, the wind, even the stones beneath my boots, all stood watch with me. Though I remained wakeful, my thoughts drifted like smoke. I remembered campaigns past, fields filled with clamour and fire, the ringing of steel, the cries of men. Yet even those memories had softened with time. Where once they burned, now they only glowed faintly, like distant lanterns in the fog. I thought of places I had travelled, mountains white with snow, valleys bursting with wildflowers, villages where children chased geese through the mud. These memories rose up unbidden, filling me with a strange warmth. And then I dreamed forward. Perhaps one day I would ride north, to the lake said to mirror the sky so perfectly that one could mistake its waters for the heavens themselves. Or perhaps I would remain here, content to keep my watch, to stand beneath the same stars again and again. For even nights must rest, must dream, must hope. Time slipped past me gently until the sky began to change. At first, only a faint thread of silver appeared on the horizon. Then, the deep blue of night softened, giving way to rose and gold. The stars, once so sharp and bright, faded like candles, retreating one by one as the sun claimed the sky. The air shifted, the chill lifted, replaced by the first promise of warmth. Dew glistened on every blade of grass, and from the hedgerows came the first hesitant notes of birdsong, swelling slowly into chorus. I stood tall upon the wall, cloak stirring with the breeze, and let the calm of dawn wash over me. Soon the gates would be opened, the hearths relit, and voices would fill the halls once more. But for this brief hour, the world belonged only to me, and to the stars now slipping into memory. My watch had ended, the night had passed, and peace had remained. And so, dear traveller, the night does not end here. The fire glows softly in the hush, embers rising like tiny stars to join the fading sky. The castle breathes in its sleep, stone holding warmth against the cool breath of dawn, while the world beyond waits in silence. Let the music carry you now, deeper into the spaces between words. There, the story unfolds on its own, in the hush of distant fields, in the gentle sweep of the wind, in the light that slowly spills across the horizon. No voice need guide it further. It is yours to wander, yours to weave. Drift with it, let it become dream, and when the next tale is ready, I will be here once more, by the fire, beneath the stars, waiting to share it with you. Until then, rest well, dream deeply, and good night.